grip socks are great, and now they're even better with Pure Grip Socks Pro. Better fit, moisture wicking, amazing comfort, and all the extra grip you need. Choose from 10 different colors for just $16.99 a pair at puregripsocks.com.
When it comes to football boots, looks are purely subjective. Everyone has their own opinion, but in my opinion, the football boots inside this box are the most expensive looking ones of the entire 2022 World Cup. Which is funny because at $230, while that is by no means inexpensive compared to all the top-end options for the 2022 World Cup from the major brands, these are actually some of the least expensive boots out there. This, of course, being part of Nike's World Cup Generation Pack, with the notable feature here being this space purple color that honestly, I can't really compare it to any other football boot that I've seen before. Actually, that's not true. They kind of remind me of the chameleon purple F50 Adizero that Messi wore during the 2010 World Cup. Not quite the same, obviously, but I think you know what I mean. We're going to take a closer look at what makes this particular colorway of Tiempo Legend 9 unique compared to all the other ones, talk a little bit about performance, what separates the Legend 9 from every other football boot currently available, and of course take a look at how they fit and feel on feet. So if you're interested in learning more, please stick around, and if you are by chance interested in a pair for yourself, you can pick them up below their normal retail price by way of some exclusive SR4U coupon codes by checking out the first link down below. Really quickly, if you enjoy the content, drop a like on the video and make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you haven't already, along with hitting that little bell notification so you don't miss out on my reviews of all the latest football boots of 2022. So first things first, the colorway. There's a lot going on with, of course, that main base color of what Nike is calling space purple. It has a little bit of a color shift to it, where in the right light it's purple, in some lighting it looks brown, in other lighting it has a little bit of those bronze tones or copper tones that you're going to find in the Mercurials. It's just a really cool finish to the leather, and again, it makes these look extremely expensive in my opinion. All the texture dots are in a really light pink along with the Nike swoosh across the top of the foot, and then you're going to find that brighter pink accent in the Nike logo across the top of the foot, as well as the detailing in the heel liner and of course the insole itself. You'll notice that across the top of the foot they've kept things pretty simple with a black tongue and black laces. That black is carried over into the back of the heel, where of course you're going to find that metallic copper Tiempo logo with a little bit of texturing on it. Again, it just looks very expensive. It almost looks like it's made out of metal. That flows into the outline of the Nike swoosh, where you're going to find a lot of that pattern that's kind of a signature of this generation pack in solid white that again just looks extremely premium. The little World Cup nods in the equation right here on the back of the heel, the coordinates underneath the Nike swoosh on the medial side, and then these three symbols in white, which you'll also find on the insole of the boots. I have absolutely no idea what they mean, but they certainly do look cool. And then on the bottom, you're going to find a wearable metallic copper finish on the majority of the sole plate. You can see it cuts off for 3 of the heel studs with this kind of like cream color. I don't particularly like the look of that. Honestly, I just think the whole thing should have been in this metallic finish. It would have looked a little bit nicer. You have a really light pink, again, kind of like a peachy cream pinkish color for the heel studs, at least 3 of them. And then the Tiempo logo in black and white in the middle, where the printing, I must admit, does again look a little bit on the cheaper side. Luckily, you don't really see much of that when you're playing in the boots. All you see is this space purple upper, which like I mentioned, I think looks really good, but let me know your opinions on the look of these World Cup Tiempos down below in the comments. As to the performance side of things, I think there are 3 things in particular that set the Tiempo apart from everything else out there. One being the price tag at $230. Again, not inexpensive, but the least expensive of the top end options on offer from Nike. And if you're comparing it to Adidas, which I'm assuming you probably are if you're considering these, they're basically the cheapest on offer in comparison to their top end lineup as well, aside from of course the Copasense Point 1, which honestly, if you're putting these up against those, it's no contest. The Tiempo, in my opinion, is 10 times better. The second thing that I think I really like about these, and most people will as well, is the kangaroo leather upper, but more importantly, how much leather you're getting on this Tiempo. You can see it wraps all along the lateral side. There is a cutout in synthetic where the Nike swoosh is positioned for the sake of added structure, but that leather goes all the way through the forefoot and toe box area, and perhaps most importantly, the entire medial side of the midfoot. You of course have those memory foam inserts as well as the micro texturing on the surface. The texture doesn't do all that much. The memory foam does add a little bit of a dampened feel, but what I really like about this is a very consistent leather touch across the majority of the upper. In a day and age when so many leather football boots only have leather in the toe box and forefoot area, it's very refreshing to have that full leather midfoot. I think it feels really great. And then number 3, protection. It's something that we don't really think about all that often with modern day football boots, but the kangaroo leather with the memory foam inserts arguably make the Tiempo Legend 9 Elite the most protective football boot on the market. So if protection is something that's important to you, really, this is the boot that you should be considering. But those are just some of the highlights. I think there's a lot to like about the Legend 9 Elite, and of course I've talked about them several times on this channel already. I'm not going to cover it again in today's video, but if you are legitimately interested in a pair and want to learn everything there is to know about them, I'll leave a little pop-up on screen to my full detailed review, so go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. So here they are on feet. Again, I already mentioned it. I just love the look of this space purple color. It just kind of blends into the grass in certain lighting, but then at the same time can almost look like a bright purple. Really, really cool color that they've gone for here. But as far as fit and feel is concerned, no different from any other Tiempo Legend, obviously. And honestly, these are just some of the most comfortable top-end boots on the market right now. In my opinion, easily the most comfortable ones on offer from the Nike brand. The kangaroo leather across the entire foot is soft, flexible, and of course as you wear them in, they only get softer and have that little bit of stretch to them, giving them that nice custom fit. The central lacing system runs nice and deep, allowing for plenty of adjustability, and the low cut design as well as internal heel liner with plenty of padding just makes for great comfort and overall great heel lockdown. The sole plate underfoot is really no nonsense. It's very flexible and honestly just feels right for what they've done with the upper. From a width perspective, I think these have a decent amount of width to them, probably the widest option on offer from the Nike brand right now from their 3 main lines, and suitable for most foot types, even if you do have wider feet. And then as far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing these in my usual size 9.5 US, and the fit and the length is perfect. So if you're looking to order a pair for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size in order to achieve the best possible fit. But there you have it, guys, the 2022 World Cup Generation Pack Tiempos from Nike. Let me know what you think of them down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.